Naughty Narratives, your weekly dose of hot takes, plot twists, and unfiltered book talk with your favorite romance-obsessed besties, Maddie and Kyla.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome back, everybody.
Yes, welcome in. Episode 23.
Hell yeah.
How excited.
I know. We say it every episode, but it's crazy.
That's because we're so appreciative that we've been able to go as long as we have been.
True. Very true.
Cheers to that. Oh, toxic traits. I'm excited for this episode. I think it'll be a great one.
I am too, because I kind of have a lot of them when it comes to these, honestly.
Oh no, when you started listing them, I was like, oh, I do that, and that, and that.
I think most of us have probably done these at least one time.
Right. Let's start with the big one, which was we both buy books before we finished what's on our TBR.
Yeah. I have a major issue with that. I almost did it again this weekend. I didn't, because we have one that's sitting on my desk right now that I still have not even opened, but
mine hasn't even left the bookshelf since I've filmed my book mail video.
Yep.
So
that's how mine is, that I will probably start it sometime this week. But
yeah, no, I get that. I'm terrible about it. I think I have more books on my shelf that I haven't read than books that I have.
It's hard. I mean, I see them on TikTok constantly, and then it's really hard just going to Walmart or Target and walking past the book section and not peeking at what they have.
Especially when they're on sale, when like Target's doing their buy two get one free or whatever. I'm like, oh, frick, I'm losing money.
Well, yeah, and Barnes & Noble has been doing a shit ton of BOGOs lately. I feel like it's been one promo right after another, and that's really hard. They're giving you Victoria's Secret deals on books, and fuck you guys.
Victoria's Secret deals on books. I love that.
7 for $27 underwear, 7 for $27, you know?
Yeah, no. It actually reminds me of Payless, the shoe store, because they always had a buy one, get one deal going on.
That's true. I kind of forgot about them.
I think they went out of business, so.
Probably. They were a good little store, though. I shopped there for a long time when I was younger.
That's what it made me think of. But yeah, I do that. I'm horrible about it. I'm always got a book in my Amazon cart.
It's rough. I mean, we've had our TBR filled out for a while now, and yeah, every week for the most part we have a new book recommendation, and we end up going with that over one of the ones on our TBR.
I know, we have so many in our TikTok that we need to add to the TBR.
I know.
Now that the website's got somebody else managing it. Oh man, yeah. No, I just need to get that taken care of for sure.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that the other day. I didn't take the time to start doing it, but I did think about it.
That's exactly me. I've been like, oh gosh, but I really need to sit down and do that. Tomorrow's problem, and here I am weeks later. And that's why the website's so far behind, is because I kept doing that. And I was like, oh, I'll take care of it tomorrow. And then a couple months have passed now. As a matter of fact, I'm showing my brother-in-law the website. I was like, yeah, so this is how we update it. And I was like, this is the last author that I did. And I was like, Chantal Tessier, good Lord, that's the Lord series. Like, that's a while ago. He's like, great, thank you for this wonderful project.
Jeez, that's funny. I think
slacking.
I think another one that I am super, super guilty of is being a spoiler dropper. I tend to recommend books and then get so caught up in talking about them that I spoil it without even meaning to, because it was so good when I read it.
That's why the podcast is great. We're
Mhm.
hoping everybody else is reading the books as we do, because we're spoiled, aren't we?
Yeah. I know we talked about it at one point. We talked about it and said that we weren't going to do spoilers. That was a lie. We lied straight to all y'all's faces, and I'm sorry, but
I don't know if that was an internal conversation or something we did in the podcast episode, but yeah, no, we can't. It's impossible to talk about a book and give good book reviews without giving a little bit of a spoiler away.
yeah,
In this format, anyway.
very true.
So
I mean, I could tell you. Oh, I was going to try and describe Run on Red to you without giving you any details, but you really can't.
without just being like it's a horror thriller book.
Yeah. In the mountains.
Yeah. And there's a car.
Yeah. You guys wouldn't want to listen to that.
No, nope. It's at 5 out of 5 stars though, real great. One that I'm bad about, like horrible about, is not finishing series.
Yeah, I'm pretty big on that one too. I think that no, maybe one of the ones we have read has been a series that we haven't moved on to. I know that the new book that we will be announcing at the end of the episode is a series.
Yes.
But yeah, I tend to do the same thing.
If the last book didn't catch me enough, then I'm not reading the rest of them.
Yeah, I honestly, if we don't read it for the podcast, I probably won't read the new Quicksilver, the second one in that series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will for sure, but that's
I know. I
but
know.
no, like we're not reading the rest of the Lord series. We only read the first one.
I don't know that they're technically considered a series though. It's like a series of standalones. Yeah.
Kind of like the Caught Up and Lights Out. They're technically part of a series, but they're a standalone series. Yeah.
Right.
Butcher
So I mean, I'm sure that they connect in some way. That's one that needs to go on our TBR if it's not there. I keep seeing it all over my For You page.
It's way better as an audiobook, but it's good.
I think you have told me that before, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm a big series abandoner. I'm also big on abandoning it for a period of time and then coming back to it. I do that pretty frequently. Sometimes if I just need a break from reading that specific world for a little while, you know?
Excuse me. Yes, no, I definitely know how that is. I was that way with the... Oh, frick, I'm staring at him. You have the first copy.
The Blood and Ash.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, because I still have not finished it.
The first one was rough, to be honest. Overall, it's a good book series, but like that first book, I was kind of like, this is strange.
I like it. Like, it's not bad per se, but it's, I don't know. I feel like the detail could be a little bit better. It's also insanely similar to like Fourth Wing and that kind of series. So I haven't loved it for that reason, but I don't know. It is good. It just hasn't captured my attention the way that I really wanted it to.
The whole maiden thing threw me off. I just really had a hard time with that.
Yeah, I don't like that she has to she wears a veil over her face at all times, doesn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I picked that one up. It's been about a year that it's been sitting on my shelf halfway done.
Yeah, no, I understand that book. I read the first two and then put it down, and then read the third one and then put it down, and then ordered the fourth and fifth.
Mm-hmm.
I think I read most of the fourth, and I haven't done anything else for the rest of it.
Yeah, I get that.
So I'm a huge series abandoner. It's a problem.
Yeah, I'm also just it doesn't matter if it's a series or not. I am a book abandoner. If I am bored for whatever reason and I find something that's even slightly more enrapturing to me, I'm going to go to that and then I'll come back to the other one.
Valid. Totally valid. Go ahead.
I was going to say that one that bugs me a lot, and we kind of hear about it a little bit more just because of the topics we pick to discuss, but genre shaming bothers me.
I get that. We talk about specific tropes, right?
Yeah.
Whole genres. I think you just haven't found a good book in that genre.
Right.
And I don't read pretty much anything outside of fantasy for the most part. I'm dabbling,
right,
with the podcast, but I've never been like one that's like I will never read this kind of book because I just probably haven't picked one up that I like.
Yeah, I'm not against ever trying anything. I mean, like I don't know. My grandmother is an avid reader, and we do not share any of the same genre interests, but she and I will sit down and talk books all day long. I can tell you what she's talking about and she can tell you what I'm talking about, but we enjoy them. It's like, I don't know, I just don't understand it. If you don't like it, who cares?
Right.
You don't have to read it then. It's that simple.
Yeah, you don't have to hate on the whole genre because you didn't like a singular book in that genre. I feel that way with a lot of people who really hate Fourth Wing, and they're like, it's just another bullshit fantasy novel, and I'm like, but it's not though, because if it was the same as every other fantasy novel, it would be boring.
Right.
So, yeah, a lot of the fantasy novels that have come out in the last couple of years have the same aspects to them, like some of the same, like shadow magic and whatever. But that's because it's what sells, and it's interesting. It's fun to write. I mean, I have it in my book. I can't drop trash on it.
You have to think that in order to have successful businesses, you have to sell what sells, and right now that genre is what is popular. I mean, it's just like sex. Sex will always sell because sex is always going to be popular.
Part of the human condition.
Yeah. Like.
No, I get that. I lost my train of thought.
At least once an episode, it's one of us.
I'm not surprised that it's me today. I've been yelled at repeatedly by my tracker that exceeded my limits for the day.
Yeah, I get that. It was one of those for me today too. The best part of it was I was sitting in this chair for most of the day working on my book.
Yep, I was on the couch playing my game, and the only time I got up was to drop the groceries off at the daycare and make dinner. Really kicking my ass. Anyway,
well, we were talking about genre shaming, if that helps. I don't know.
Just talk about something else. Move on before I'm gone. There's nothing in this head. It's empty now.
Okay, what about reading for aesthetics?
People do that?
I guess.
Didn't know that was a thing.
I guess I could kind of see it with TikTok. Like, it's gotten a little more popular to have like a full setup reading area and things like that. So and consumerism has gotten worse. I don't know.
yeah, a little bit of the consumerism has come into play. But for me, for the most part, I don't. Is there really an aesthetic way to read? I don't.
I don't know. And I mean, I don't know. Like, does that mean that you're setting yourself up every time that you read? Or are you like going out to the park and setting up a little cute picnic for yourself and
Are you
reading
actually
and
reading?
what? Yeah.
Is it just for the content? I'm confused because like I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but whenever I read, I'm probably the most aesthetic person to look at while I read. Feet up on the back of the
Yeah.
couch. I'm like, oh,
I'm always in a weird hunched position.
exactly. I'm like, there's a reason I don't film myself reading, and that's why. It's because I look like a hobgoblin with my book.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And for some reason, I have to hold it like right here anymore. I'm getting old. What the hell?
I really, speaking of getting old and things hurting, I need to get one of those thumb things so I can put it. Have you seen those? You wear it like a ring and it goes in the
I have one. You can have.
I need it so bad.
I have one that you can have.
Been wearing my arthritis gloves. They're not helping.
We're a hot mess.
I know.
This is all this episode is showing me is just how much of a hot mess we are.
Yeah, pretty much.
Judging books by their cover. I do it. I'm a criminal.
I do it all the time. I do it every day, daily.
Yep.
I'm not gonna name names because I would assume that they listen to this because she's been a pretty avid follower on TikTok. But we do have somebody who follows us who recommends books frequently, and I'm sure that they are great. I'm not taking away from that, but their covers are just somewhat boring to me, so I just don't have any interest. They sound great. I have read the descriptions. Cover-wise,
I have. There are books that has for the most part. There was like a period of time for like 2 years that I was like only physical books. I wouldn't read anything else. And so we would go to Barnes and Noble, and if the cover didn't look good, I didn't even pull it off the shelf to look at it.
that was the only way that I shopped from probably ages 7 to like 17, honestly.
Yeah, I can't say that because I had a really weird goal of reading all of the books in the fantasy section of the library. And I started in the A's, and I got to the B's before I graduated high school, and then I was like, why would I do that? That's insane. But I read a whole letter.
If I had confetti, I'd pop it for you. I feel like that's kind of a cool accomplishment.
I mean, I only got one letter of the alphabet done. But, I mean, I read other books throughout if I found something interesting, but that was my goal, was to read each letter of the alphabet and yeah.
Yeah, but you got to think about how much homework you're doing in high school on top of whatever else you were probably doing, whether that was working or whatever, and then to read an entire letter of the Webster Scholastic.
Could I tell you anything about any of those books that I read? Absolutely not. But I know I finished the A's and I had started in the B's, and then I graduated high school and went, why did I do that? Weird shit that you do when you're younger. Now I just judge books by their covers. I'm so bad about it. If they
I
don't
still,
look good.
yeah.
Oh, I still do it. There's books that I've added to the TBR without looking at their cover, without looking at their descriptions, and just going, "Oh, that's a nice cover."
Mm-hmm.
TBR.
There's one I sent you the other day that is beautiful. Like, the cover of it is just gorgeous, and I could not tell you what it's about at all, but it's so pretty that I want to read it so badly. So I'm sorry if that makes us bad people.
I don't think it makes us bad people. We just need to open our horizons up. I don't know.
The ones that I always sway away from. I think it's so funny when I'm going to look for a new dark romance or smut. when it's like Fabio on the cover with his long ass hair flowing in the wind, I can't.
Or the cartoon character people that are
Uh-huh.
in right now. Like, I think of, what is that hockey one that everybody loves that has like drawn people on the cover?
I know what you're talking about, but I could not tell you the name of it.
Yeah, that to me, I just can't get. I'm like, but this is too childish.
Yeah, it looks like a doodle.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, I can't even talk shit on cover. I shouldn't talk shit on covers. My first cover was done by AI because I was too broke to afford somebody to make my cover for me for a couple of months.
I actually like your first cover. I like the second book's cover more, but I do think that the first book's cover is nice.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
of course.
I got all this shit on it because it was AI.
Well, I thought for somebody, because I don't have any artistic ability drawing or anything like that, so I would be creating it with AI too. I thought that it looked.
I tried to make it obviously AI. I wasn't like, you know, my whole goal was like, yes, my cover. I'm not claiming it to be anything else other than what it is. I'm broke as fuck and can't afford anybody to do my covers right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an AI cover, and I own that. I think the people who try to cover it up and are like, no, I would never use AI. Those are the people that I'm like, just it's clearly AI. Get over yourself.
I'm gonna let you guys know right now, more than 90% of the posts on our Instagram and TikToks are AI created. I generate a lot of photos with AI. So it's easy, it works, and I have access to it.
Well, and then I think that's you're not hiding it. You know, you're not claiming it to be anything else other than it is. And sure, we could be creative and write them. I mean, a lot of the episode descriptions get written by AI, but I also write them myself when I have a good idea. I mean,
I was gonna say a lot of the time I just throw in a lot of what I would like in there, and then I ask it to add little things or add emojis to make it look more fun, because it'll add ones that I would never think to use.
Or search engine optimized, like
Yeah.
that stuff. Like that's what I do. I'm like, hey, this is what our episode was about. Make a description that's SEO and stuff.
Yep.
Is it
Yes.
probably accurate? Probably not. But just own it. If you use it, own it. Don't hide from it.
Right.
That's my thing. Anyway, that's a whole different fucking toxic trait shit. So that's opening up a whole can of worms I don't want to get into.
What about gatekeeping?
Like not sharing like your favorite reads. That's dumb.
Yeah, agreed.
As an indie author, you sharing your favorite reads are the only way I get found.
True.
So please fucking share my shit.
I just find it annoying when, like, what was the point in bringing it up to me or telling me that you're reading something really good if you don't want to tell me what it is? Yeah. Like,
that too. That's a totally valid point. I just like we all the only way for authors to get really big is either they have a huge fucking budget or people share.
right.
Leave reviews, tell your best friend about it, or you know, whatever. That's the only way any of the authors are going to succeed. Any of them. From Rebecca Yaros all the way down to the smallest little indie author who doesn't sell anything. The only way you're ever going to get anything is if people talk about it.
Right.
So that's why indie authors are some of our favorite to review here.
And we have done a decent amount of indie authors. I'm proud of that. And they've been so good. Like, yeah. I think there's something to be said more maybe about the people who work for the New York Times and everything like that. Like, I don't know. I just feel like more indie authors should be best-selling authors. I mean, I think it's frustrating how big of a platform or how much money you do need to have in order to have those types of things.
Right. I think you have to pay to be on the New York Times bestseller list, and it's like that's I'll never get there.
I mean,
You
it's
know?
it's probably great and very a cool achievement,
yeah,
but
absolutely.
I still think I don't know. I think coming from nowhere and posting your book and marketing it yourself and doing all those kinds of things, that's really cool to be successful in doing that.
For sure.
So
For sure. And I mean, I loved Death Follows.
I want the next one so bad.
I know. Me too. And I think the only downfall to an indie author book is going to be editing, and it's because affording an editor, I mean, that's $4,000, and indie authors don't have that because we have to pay for everything else, you know. So I did all the editing on my own, and hell, I still catch shit in my first and second book when I read it that I'm like, damn.
Yeah, and I think people just kind of have to know,
Nobody's perfect, and even the big publishers aren't perfect either.
I was gonna say I still catch them in some of my New York Times books that I read, like frequently. Actually, I still catch mistakes in those. So
Absolutely. So, we got way off topic. It happens every episode. I was like trying to find a way to circle it back, and I just don't think it's possible.
well,
we're talking about gatekeeping.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's okay. I mean, at least we got off topic on books.
Facts. We could have been talking about God knows what. Between me and you, it's happened before. It's mostly me.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think that our listeners probably appreciate getting those little tidbits of randomness. It's like they're
I hope so, because they're not going to stop.
Comedic relief. So.
You ain't changing me. In my ADHD. I'm trying to think of any other like toxic traits.
Yeah, I'm not really thinking of any major ones besides the ones that we covered.
Yeah. If you have any, add them below, and we'll talk about them in another episode, because I think that it's a great fun topic.
I think so too. It is.
It's a real great way to alienate us from something.
Yes. Oh, thank you everybody for joining us for this episode. You can join us again next week for our new read, which is Fireborn by Rosaria Munda.
Yeah, I don't know. This one looks really good.
I'm excited for this one. I mean, we're both kind of dragon sluts here, so
yeah, just a little bit.
So I think that that's going to be a fun one. I'm excited for that read. So.
Little personal announcement. I am planning on book 3 of Dragon Kiss series to be released December.
Oh yeah.
Yes. It is halfway done. It is more than halfway done, but I am making some edits, and those edits are halfway done. But I should be completely done with it by the end of September, so.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. That'll be a full series done.
Yeah, that'll be really cool.
I know. I'm excited. If you haven't already, join us on Discord at Naughty Narratives Book Club.
And on our Patreon.
Yep. We have a Patreon. Also, that one's just Naughty Narratives Book Podcast. We have some really cool membership levels if you're interested. If not, that's fine too. We're totally down for free just listening. Just listen. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Everybody loves free things. Free things are great. So
yeah. No, we're not putting up a paywall or anything. Like, you'll still get this no matter what. But we just have some other options for you if you want to support. If not, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate it.
Yes, please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Maybe.